At a time when it was believed that the earth sat on a large animal or on a giant 1500 years before Christ, the Bible spoke of the earth's free-floated space. He hangs the earth on nothing. Science didn't discover that the earth hangs on nothing until 1650, 3,000 years later. Encyclopedia Britannica documents that in 1845, a young doctor in Vienna named Dr. Agnes Semmelweis was horrified at the death rate of women who gave birth in hospitals. As many as 30% died after childbirth. Semmelweis noted that doctors would examine the bodies of patients who died, then, without washing their hands, they would go straight to the next ward and examine expectant mothers. This was their normal practice because the presence of microscopic diseases was unknown. Semmelweis insisted that doctors wash their hands before each examination. When they did that, the death rate immediately dropped down to 2%. Look now at the specific instructions the Bible gives to the Hebrew nation over 3,000 years ago when it comes to dealing with disease. And when he who has a discharge is cleansed of his discharge, then he shall count for himself 7 days for his cleansing, wash his clothes, and bathe his body in running water. Then he shall be clean.
Yeah, this is the black light. This is a series called Crushing the Caucasian Pale-Face Authority. Crushing the authority of the Antichrist. And you'll see why I'm calling him the Antichrist. In my last video, I opened up with Bible verses. Now, in this video, I open up with a video explaining how the Caucasian didn't know about medicine. On my videos previous before this one, I told you that the Caucasian conquers the black man and the Indian, and learned medicine from both of these two nations. Now, I'm going to explain to you now, if I got your attention, why you must crush the authority of the Antichrist. And then we're going to get further involved in information. See, most brothers on YouTube all over the planet, they section off. They don't identify with the Creator. They don't identify with the universe. They don't identify with the planet Earth. They identify with continents and nations and cities because they think small. Black people here in America think, oh, I'm an American. Why do they think that? Because they were told to think like that. I identify with the universe, which makes me different from most black people. I think big because I identify with God. I identify with Allah, and I identify with the knowledge or the science of Allah. Let's look up the word authority. Authority comes from the word author. What do that mean? One who makes or creates something. That's the number one meaning. Number two is a writer of books. So then you got authority. That author and authority deriving from one another. Authority, the power or right to command. Officials with this power. Influence resulting from knowledge. Influence resulting from knowledge. These are the different definitions of authority. The power or right to command. They say the power or right. Because you may not have the right, but if you got the power, you got the authority. But it also says one with influence resulting from knowledge. This is why the black men and black women, when they were captured, they were held back from obtaining knowledge. This is why they cut off our name. This is why they cut off our culture, our names, even our music. But the music was so deeply rooted in us and it's part of us that they couldn't cut that off. And another thing they couldn't do was hold back the God in us. All we needed was someone with the knowledge that they took from us to come over here and give it to us. And that's what happened in 1930, July the 4th, with Master Farad Muhammad. Came to Detroit. It gave us knowledge stemming from beyond ancient Kemet. Brothers just not getting into the teachings of ancient Kemet. Ancient Kemet was us on a decline before we gave submission to the Caucasian. And we had to codify it. We had to put it in code, symbols. So then the Bible is a result of our ancient knowledge. So the Caucasian didn't have understanding of the Bible, even though he had it in his possession, until just recently, and that was due to the coming of Master Farad Muhammad and his messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. They were listening. And most black people wasn't listening to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Caucasian was listening to him. He couldn't dispute the fact or the knowledge that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had. That's why he stayed alive, because he had knowledge of self, knowledge of the devil, and knowledge of God. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad always put the 24 scientists equal to a God or to Allah. And because we had the knowledge to bring forth planets, we had the knowledge to bring forth life, we had the ultimate technology and the knowledge of the ultimate technology. This technology that you're in now is synthetic. It's synthetic because the man who claiming to be God is synthetic. But he wants to be the God of all. So what he does is he tries to destroy God or keep God in submissive to his will. Slowly but surely, God's will is being done. Allah's will is being done. If brothers if sisters that subscribe to me, we got to break the authority of the antichrist or the Caucasian. What gives him authority? Well, it says the power or the right to command. Well, he got the power. What gives him power? Weapons of mass destruction. Plus, he hid the knowledge from us for 400 years. And he's beginning to understand our ancient wisdom and ancient knowledge. But so are we. So stay tuned, you got to be patient. And I guarantee you, I'm going to give you an angle angle of understanding that no one else has given to you except the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's where I get my subject matters from, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The power to crush the Caucasian's authority. We got to have that. Black light.